Greetings, everyone. Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another episode of the UK. No, it's not the UK connection today. It's not from the UK connection either. It's ranking the albums today. Simon hasn't done a ranking the albums in a while, but we're rectifying
Hasn't
that today. Has it been a while?
hasn't been a very long time. I think I've probably only ever done a couple. I think I gave up when we did the quo.
We did Crow. We did a bunch of Southern Rock ones though. That we have
Yeah,
done.
I think we did REO Speedwagon as well.
We did REO Speedwagon as well. You're correct. We did Charlie Daniels. We did Johnny Van Zant. We did 38 Special. We did
We did Point Break.
Holiday, right? I think most of the Southern rock bands we've done together. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well, we've got a really good one for you today, folks. This is a band that is fairly new to me. I've known of them for years, but they're just one of those bands that everybody's been telling me, Pete, why don't you listen to the Night Flight Orchestra? And I'm like, gee, I don't know. I listen to a lot of Swedish bands. I probably should, and I just never did until the release of their new album this year. And I got that, and I absolutely loved it. And Simon was like, "Oh, so you're now listening to the Night Flight Orchestra? You know, I'm a big fan, right?" I'm like, "Well, I'm about to become a big fan." So what did I do? I went out and got the whole catalog. I've been listening to them for months, and here we are, ready to do a ranking episode. And Simon, difficult, right? To rank?
Yes. Well, from what you've said, I don't want to give much away. I think it's more more difficult for me because I'm here to say I love them all like my children, and I've always found the concept of ranking relatively difficult, but it's not something I do in my normal life. I don't think, oh, that's my favorite Deep Purple album, then that's my second one. But I always do think that the cover album is the worst. But let's put that to one
Oh, well, yeah,
side.
that's
But, um, I tend not to rank them. I just tend to listen to them, but I tend to listen to certain ones at certain times. So it's going to pain me to say that there's a number seven. And
yeah.
I've come up with a super spurious reason why it is number seven. But suffice to say, I like them all.
Yes, I will agree. I really like all of them. As Simon, we were texting earlier today, I think my number seven and six, there's seven albums, everybody. My number seven and six, I was pretty certain would be there, but everything else up to number one, I really struggle with where to put it because I think they're all really, really good albums to great albums. I just I won't say anymore. But before we get started, let me just talk a little bit about the band. So, formed in 2007, the band is from Helsingborg, Sweden. I guess that's how you pronounce that. Formed by Bjorn Strid, otherwise known as Speed, lead singer from Soilwork, and David Anderson, the late great David Anderson, who was also in Soilwork for a bunch of years up until his passing. Also joined by Charlie D'Angelo on bass, formerly of Arch Enemy, Spiritual Beggars, and Merciful Fate. Richard
Still
Larson.
about enemy, isn't it?
What's that?
Still about enemy?
Is he still? He might be. He might be.
I
Yeah, I can't keep
think
track of
I'm
who he is.
100% confident he is.
Richard Larson on keyboards, who is no longer with the band. He left in 2020. And who else we have? Jonas Karlsbach on drums. We've got Sebastian Forsland on guitars and percussion. We've got Anna Bygard backing vocals, Johnny Lonmier now on keyboards, Aja Lundman backing vocals, and Rasmus Ehrenborn, who joined the band after David Anderson passed away. I think that's everybody. Yeah, I think I got everybody there. So seven albums. We're going to rank them as best we can as we like them, but as we've kind of already alluded to, if you are brand new to the Night Flight Orchestra, you can really start anywhere in this catalog. You can start with the new one, work your way back. The first one, work your way up. In the middle, doesn't really matter. By the two, part one and part two albums, really doesn't matter. It's all really good. How would you describe Night Flight Orchestra for to kind of kick us off here?
I'm stuck in a time warp.
They are. Yeah.
But to me, still sound contemporary. But there's clearly a like a mid to late 80s to mid to late 70s to mid to late 80s kind of aesthetic. Although, but they have kind of, as they've gone along, each album is subtly different. They've incorporated disco, which wasn't really in their early stuff. Their early stuff was quite guitar oriented, so I can't wait to see where you put those. And yeah, they're kind of like yachty, for want of a better phrase, but they're deeply melodic, deeply melodic.
Yeah,
And just well, they are one of my favorites, inverted commas, new bands of
I would
the
agree. Yeah, they are.
so
Their music is very infectious. It's very irresistible. The earworms. I'm going to use that term earworms a lot today because like there are so many of them in this catalog, and I don't know if there's another band on this planet who comes up with better choruses than these guys. Every song has just got an ultra memorable chorus. It's hard rock. It's melodic rock. It's AOR. There's lots of disco. There's lots of pop. A little bit of everything, and you hit the nail on the head. Mid late 70s to the early mid late 80s. That's the kind of scope that they play in, but the albums and the music does sound very contemporary, very fresh, modern production techniques, but with old style retro sounds. So 7 albums. Should we do two, 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 and then our final one?
let's do two, 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 two. Yep, let's do
Okay,
that.
cool. All right, kick us off. 7 and 6.
Okay, this is so difficult. I really, really like slash love all these albums, and I have listened to them ad nauseum. I've listened to every one today because I've been not at work today. Well, I've been working from home today.
Don't
So
tell anybody. Don't tell anybody.
yes, right. It pains me to say it, but my seven is Skyline Whisper, um, an album which I really, really like. I really like. What a great first three songs: "Sail On," "Living for the Nighttime," and "Stiletto." Oh my gosh. Mm. Like we said, so many earworms, so much, so melodic, so good. Let's skip over Orani Palisades because it's about 45 seconds long and does absolutely nothing for me, which is one of the reasons why I'm sticking it down at number seven. But Lady Jade, oh, so good, so catchy. The reason why I'm sticking this at seven is because I don't like the Heather Reports. One of the very few songs by the Night Flight Orchestra I don't like, and I think it's probably the longest song as well. It's clocking in at well over well over 7 minutes, but it's a really, really good record. It really is. If you're that kind of person that puts in the comments, they're really wimping, well, yeah, and.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with that, right?
Yeah, absolutely nothing wrong with that. If you're looking for earworms, melody, and you know, a good time, you can start here, and it's still great. It's still great. As is my number six, which is Amber Galactic. Another one I absolutely adore. I have no real reason for it being number six. It's really good. Midnight Firestar Real Gemini. Oh, again, with the opening salvo. It's just really, really, really good. It's just so you could to some extent say all the albums are the same, but they're not the same. But what you what you do get is a consistency of quality, a consistency of great tunes, great songs, great melodies, great playing. And sometimes you're listening to the United Light Orchestra. Go, he's the guy from Soilwork.
I know.
And
Possible, right?
sorry, I've got a lot of soil work in my collection, not all of it, but quite a lot. And that's the guy from soil work, and he's pretending that he's in Journey or something, just wow, they're all packed with quality. They really are, and they've all got for when they came out, kind of like state of the art productions, kind of. But the earlier ones have got state of the art, yet kind of 70s kind of sounding productions. The way in which they're recorded, I assume has changed as they've gone along, to fit in with we've moved slightly, our sound slightly as well. They're infinitely more interesting than oh, they're really wimpy. They really, oh, they don't rock out. Well, do you know what? Do it. Anyhow, my seven is Skyline Whisperer, and my six is Amber Galactic. But when I was listening to them, they were number one.
Right. Any of them could be, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yes.
It's funny you talk about speed as the singer of Soilwork, and then you listen to him on these albums. And first of all, it always sounds like he's having a blast on these albums. And then if you watch any of the videos, right, and he's got like the captain's hat up on the yacht, and it's just like, wow, this is like a complete about face for what he does in that band. And you know what I was thinking of like listening to these albums ad nauseum over the last couple of weeks? When we did an episode on UK Connection recently, and we had one of these albums as one of the featured albums, and hearing Steven say, "Hey, I don't really like him as a singer. I don't think he's actually all that good." And I was kind of like, really? I think he sounds superb. I don't know. I think we need to work on Steven a little bit when it comes to this band. I don't know.
I'm 100% confident Stephen is not into them. I can exclusively reveal, not a fan.
Not at all, huh? Wow.
Yeah, I came around to Ghost, didn't I? Because I'm really open-minded. Stephen just you'll
Yeah.
never watch. You'll never know what I think.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I really thought that this would be a band he would be totally into, but he's just, oh well. Hey, can't love everything, right?
Indeed.
All right. My number seven is Internal Affairs, the debut album from 2012. Simon thought all the more guitar-oriented ones would be all the way up top for me. Well,
You
maybe
do.
not. Maybe not. Coroner Records. This is the Nuclear Blast reissue. Didn't this have a little different album cover, I think, when it was originally released? I think.
Yeah, that's the version I've got.
Yeah, this is the reissue. So, um, I this is a very good album, and it's amazing how high quality things are right off the bat with their debut album. So I know when we did the UK Connection episode, I saw some people posting that they preferred their more rock-based early albums, of which this is one. But I think all the elements of what they're all about is pretty clearly here as well. Siberian Queen, terrific. California Morning to me has that early kind of Kiss style party riff. There's a couple tracks in their discography where I hear that, which I think is really cool. West Ruth Avenue is really good. Miami 502, Fast and Rocking, really good song. It's got like a little Deep Purple Uriah Heep thing going on there. And you hear that throughout the early part of the catalog. A lot of, Hammond organ and big upfront keyboards and just that whole pumping thing. Title track was kind of funky, almost disco-y. I like it. 1998, catchy anthem, Montreal Midnight Supply, kick ass. There are a couple tracks on here that don't really do much for me, like that kind of bluesy one, whatever it's called. I'm forgetting the name of it. They do.
Transatlantic Blues.
What's that?
Transatlantic Blues.
Yeah, that's the one.
Bit of a giveaway. There's a
Yeah,
bluesy one.
the bluesy one. It's okay. It's just not one of my favorites. They for everybody, they do on almost all their albums, they do have an epic track, like 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes long. That's one of the ones on here. I think this is a really good album. It's strong, but a couple of tracks maybe don't give me the warm and fuzzies like everything else. So that's why I put this number seven. Number six, I'm going to go with Skyline Whispers. So there we have the two oldest ones at the bottom, but they're great. Second album, 2015, Sail On, killer opener. Uriah Heep, a little bit of slide guitar, got a little Southern rock thing going on. Love it. Great chorus, great guitars, great keys. Living for the Nightmare, or no, sorry, Nightmare, Nighttime, total earworm track. So good. Stiletto, ultra memorable. Lady Jane, I agree with you. Just totally kick-ass song. Love it. Spanish Ghost is great. Speed's singing great on this whole album. Demon Princess is loads of fun. Uh, Title track is kind of like a throwaway piano piece, not really needed. And the Heather Reports, I agree with you. It starts off kind of bluesy, like the other song I was just talking about on the first album. I think it kicks into high gear like around the 3 or 4 minute mark, and then it redeems itself. But did it need to be like 9 minutes long or whatever it is? Probably not. But yeah, great stuff on here. Really good album. Both of these are really good, but something's got to go at 7 and 6, and those are the two for me. Back to you, 5 and 4.
Okay. I genuinely didn't plan it the way that this is about to come out, but my five, I'm so numerically challenged, is a romantic two. I might as well go for four. Is a romantic. Look at that. Wow, super sexy vinyl. Yes, indeed. Taken together, they're both great. They're full of great tunes. What they always do is they tend to pick out the really good songs as the singles. So White Jeans was a single, Chardonnay Nights, and again, just so good, so memorable. And what they have a tendency to do, which is really unusual these days, is some of the good, really good shit. it's towards the end of the album.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, they're very good.
What, whilst I've actually said, look at that 1, 2, 3, and that is, a real good openers, Midnight Marvelous, How Long Burn for Me, Chardonnay Nights. Oh, if it was a side one, it would be great. But there's good stuff throughout. They've so many bands these days just like throw any old shit on what would have been side two, and you think, hmm, not these guys. I have no real reason why it's not number one. Well, my number one is always going to be number one. It's one of my favorite albums of all time. But this is really good. It's just really good. And they're obviously feeling super creative in 2020/2021 because Aromantic also this is great. This is a great record. I love this record so much. And it's only number four. Servants of the Earth, Divinyls with the single. If tonight is our only chance, oh my God, the amount of times I've woke up recently, well, mainly because the dog nudges me or something like that, but and I've been 3 o'clock in the morning. If tonight is our only chance, yeah, good to be alive at 3 o'clock in the morning.
It's so
Yeah,
good. It's so good.
real Curves is fantastic.
Yeah.
Title track is ultra memorable, really good. They're all just absolute top quality melodic rock slash AOR slash um they must want you to think that they're yachty because of the epaulets and the uniform and stuff that and it's quite difficult to kind of not use the phrase, but there is that super production, great songs, you know, really big hooks, more hooks than your average troller or something, and just both of those albums have been number one whilst I've been listening to them again. So that's five and four, and what a creative period that 2021 really was for them.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it's almost like this band came out in the wrong time. Like, you keep mentioning the whole yacht rock thing. I guarantee you, if some DJ somewhere who had like a radio station, satellite, whatever, had like a yacht rock channel, and if someone took a couple of these Night Flight Orchestra songs and kind of slipped them into the playlist without really telling people who they were or whatever, I guarantee you people listening, and when they're listening for Christopher Cross and Player and all this other stuff, they would hear any of these songs and be like, "Oh, how did that one miss me by 50 years ago? I really like that song. It came out 3 years ago, idiot." Right? So, I mean, it's literally that's how good some of this stuff is. Really is. It's just a shame that it's, in a time like this where the masses aren't going to listen to this, unfortunately, sadly. Anyway, my number five is Amber Galactic, third album. Excellent stuff. Midnight Flyer. One of their great album openers, I think. Huge chorus, driving rhythms, riffs, leads blazing all over the place, and what a vocal. I love it. Star of Rio. So good. Why is this not higher up on my list? I don't know.
I think
I think Star of Rio, if you would have told me, like I said, if you would have said, "Hey, here's this cool song from the 70s. Did you ever hear this?" I'd be like, "No, that's amazing. Who did it?" And it's like, "Oh, it's a new song." Well, it's semi-new. Gemini is great. Disco, rock, pop. I think Steven was joking when we did that episode. He's like, a lot of these songs could have been on ABBA albums. ABBA's kind of like that weird pop rock disco kind of band, right? I guess there's some similarities here. Sad State of Affairs again brings back that kind of early Kiss style riffing, which I really like. Jenny, big pop song. I hear Queen, the Beatles, ELO. Domino is great. Josephine reminds me of Toto. Space Whisper is high energy. Something Mysterious, total AOR pop right there. Love it. And Saturn and Velvet is terrific. What a hook on that. This is a really great album. Again, it almost pains me to put it at number five because it's just so good. But something's got to go there, right? My number four. I wanted to put this higher, but I'm almost kind of like, I don't know if I really can yet. Even though it's the first one I ever heard. Give Us the Moon. This could have been my number one, Simon. I really, really like this. This is going to rank very high for me in 2025. I really, really love this album a lot. Seventh most recent album, Nuclear Blast Records. Um, Rasmus Airborne is the new guitar player on the album now, on the band, I should say. I would say this album is the least guitar oriented album in their whole catalog. Way more keyboards, but it doesn't matter because the songs are great. Songs are terrific. Stratus is a blast. The pre-chorus and the chorus is so good. I don't think a lot of bands understand how important it is to have that pre-chorus be just as good as the chorus. These guys know how to do it. Stratus is a perfect example of that. Shooting Velvet, total earworm. That chorus comes on and it's ingrained in my skull for hours after I'm done listening to it. Like the beating of a heart. My God, that's so good. What a great song. Melbourne May I, Yes You May, so good. Miraculous, so good. Paloma, soaring pop track. Cosmic Tide, Paris Point of View. I mean, this whole thing. Way to Spend the Night. There's nothing bad on here. Stewart as Empress, Hot Mess, and the Captain of Pain. Excellent stuff. That's kind of proggy. I think this is great. I don't care that it's less guitar oriented. I think the songs are fantastic. I This might make it to number one for me at some point because I really, really love this a lot. I listened to it at the gym the other day and I just wanted to sing and just skip around. And I'm like, well, maybe not the best thing to do at the gym when you're trying to pump iron, but hey, whatever. So anyway, over to you.
Okay, well, we might as well just carry on with the Give Us the Moon thing. Yeah,
Number three. There you go.
yeah, it's my number three. Don't think he'll ever make number one because my number one is one of my favorite albums of all time. But you were saying about the pre-chorus, chorus kind of thing. Well, artists these days don't write that, do they? Because they've got to get it fitted onto TikTok and other things like that. It's a dying art, is the art of the song, is it not? But
Yep.
I thought the other day, I thought, I could write or at least plan a Night Flight Orchestra album. Say you've got something at the start, like pretending you're going onto a submarine or something like that. Super catchy opening. Somewhere you're going to have one about a place. So
True.
there's always something about a place. Barcelona, Melbourne, you name it. Montreal, they've been there. But I would challenge them. And if you're watching now, Bjorn, could you do one about Cleckheaton or Mythenroyd or something like that. Do you really go for it? Some obscure kind of place like that. And then you've got to have a girl's name in a song,
Yes.
Josephine. And then you think, oh, could you do one called Margaret? And like, well, they have. Oh, okay. Fair dues, fair dues. But this is so good. It's so memorable. I remember when you reviewed it, you went, "Oh, I'm not that keen on Paloma," and now you've come around to my way of
I
thinking.
have come around to it. Yes. There's not a weak track on this album now.
It re- it really isn't. It's just so good, so good. It doesn't happen very often to me when I'm actually when I have time to invest in the. I'm going to sit upstairs. I'm going to play the vinyl. I'm going to do something. Doesn't happen very often, but I pop it back on again. And this is one of those. Oh, I've got to listen to that again.
Yeah.
Album.
The replay value, right? Like the instant replay. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just really, really good. And I can't add any more to how good it is to what you said. But Stratus is great. I mean, it's technically not the opener, but wow, what an opening tune it really is. Shooting Velvet's great. You know, what have you seen the video?
Yes.
If you're not doing that after you watch the video for the next couple of hours, that's why you're doing it at the gym, isn't it?
Yes,
You
exactly. Exactly.
thought you were an air hostess. Like the beating of a heart. Get away, stop it. It's just
You can't
so
get rid of it. You can't get rid of it. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Paloma is one of my favorite songs of 2025. And title track's great. It's just all great. Everything about it's great. Like you said, Stewardess Empress Hot Mess and Captain Pain. It even dips his little toe into being a little bit proggy as well, doesn't it? So
Yeah.
it's all good in the metaphorical hood, as it were. My number two, yes, is Internal Affairs. I really like Internals, and I really like Transatlantic Blues. It's probably my favorite song on the album. I really, really like that. It's so good. But again, the opening of Siberian Queen and California Morning and Going City Madness, West Ruth Avenue, just oh my God. Straight out of the box, you think this is absolute top quality stuff. Miami 502 is fantastic. Um, I could probably live without song for Ingeborg, the song in Swedish at the end, but it's there, it's fun. Just what a good album, and the guitars kind of meld with the keyboards to give that kind of hippie purple. Really? Really? We had that discussion, didn't we? We're not doing that tonight. Glad it's the little one, not the big one.
Uh,
Um, yes. Um, yeah, that kind of hippie, kind of purple. I get rainbow occasionally as well. So of course you would, but just really, really good. If you want to start at the very beginning, as Mary was it Mary Poppins that told us that, or was it The Sound of Music? Either way, you just can't go wrong wherever you start, wherever you see that in your local record shop, pick an album up and
Pick
just
it up.
go for it.
Yeah, yeah. And I
Yeah.
think, especially the new album, but I think the whole catalog, it's just real feel good music, right?
Yeah.
You listen to it, you just get happy, you feel good. And that's that. I like that. I listen to a lot of dark music, I think just because that's just me, but I do like feel good music a lot too. I try to balance it. And this is a total feel good band to me. Cats in Space as well. It's like you just want to just uplifting, just fun, really fun. Speaking of fun, my number three is a very fun album. And again, this could rank number one, number two. Sometimes the world ain't enough. Oh,
Why don't you hold up
held
the
the
right
wrong,
side?
held the wrong one. Sorry,
Go for
you're
it.
the wrong stack.
But, but
Sometimes the world ain't enough. From 2018, their fourth album, Nuclear Blast Records. Man, this time, great opener. Blazing guitars, symphonic keys. Turn to Miami again reminds there's some Toto stuff going on some of these albums. It's like that, funky pop, melodic rock type of thing. Great guitar solo on it. Paralyzed also has a funky feel. I like when these guys do funky stuff. I think it's really cool. Title track is great. Moments of Thunder, big memorable chorus. Love the female backing vocals. I love the fact they used the female backing vocals on the last bunch of albums. Really, really good. Speedwagon, so much fun. What a hook. Holy cow. Lovers in the Rain. Can't That Be Bad? Another great chorus. Pretty Thing closing in. Pop, disco, funk. Barcelona, probably my favorite song on the album. And I know you're going to talk more about it, so I'll kind of stop there. But yeah, Last of the Independent Romantics, great album. Could have been higher. Could have been higher. But I don't know, Simon. I am addicted to these aromantic albums. I'm going to go number two for my number two. I really, really like this a lot, and I don't know why my dog is whining like crazy in the other room. But anyway, sixth album, 2021, last album with David Anderson. Died at 47. What did he die of? I don't know if I remember hearing about that.
alcohol related issues, I
Oh,
believe.
really? No, that's sad. That's sad. That's way too young to go. Violent Indigo, so good. Midnight Marvelous, it's one of my favorite songs from them. So good. How Long, ultra memorable. Burn for Me, Chardonnay Nights, earworm, people. So good. And then you watch the video for like Burn for Me, and like I said, they're on the yacht having a great time. And there you go, yacht rock. It's basically what it is. Change is great. Change is kind of proggy. Reminds me of like Alan Parsons Project or like 80s ELO a little bit. Really good. Amber Through a Window, great. You Belong to the Night, sounds like ABBA. Love it. Zodiac. Oh, love Zodiac. White Jeans is silly, but it rules. Moonlit Skies, Reach It. I mean, the whole thing is good. Reach It's kind of like new wave. I love that they're not afraid to do whatever they want, which I think is really cool. Splendid album, almost as good as part one, but I'll talk about part one in a minute. So back to you. Why don't you give us some more thoughts on Sometimes the World Ain't Enough?
Sometimes the world ain't enough. What a record. What a record. It's one of my favorite records. If you, Peter, were to do one of those things like you did in 2010 and say, hey, everyone, write up your Desert Island discs, um, mine would be radically different than it was in 2010
There's
because
no
this
doubt.
was this wasn't out then. I love
No,
this record, but it is absolutely one of those records. And one of the reasons that I love this record is because it reminds me of certain time and place. This record, not this actual album, because that would be weird. Came to Southeast Asia with me um, about 7 or 8 years ago, and I played it incessantly. Absolutely incessant. I've got memories of going around Singapore, Kuala Lumpur, Thailand, listening to this. Probably should have been paying more attention to the local culture. Oh, not on the motorways because by God they drive like psychopaths there. Yes, but just this sometimes you get a chance to sit with an album for a long time, and we were away for 2 or 3 weeks, and I listened to it every day. And it's just great. This time is fantastic. Turn to Miami, Paralyzed, three great openers. There's a theme there, isn't there? But the title track, Sometimes the World Ain't Enough, is brilliant. But Speedwagon is absolutely one of my favorite songs of all time. Oh, just wow, just such a great song. And just like you said, here where Loves in the Rain is great. Barcelona's fantastic, really, really is. Hey, have you, Peter, have you ever listened to Barcelona in Barcelona?
No, but I need to.
Yeah, I have.
You have the, of course you have, right? Why not? You must.
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Maybe one of these days they'll do a song called Newburgh or Poughkeepsie, and I can be like, "Hey, I listened to
Absolutely.
that song while I was there." Like,
Here we are in Accrington. Yeah, brilliant. Just to get, but do you know what? And this record really, really solidified its place at the top of earlier. Oh, sorry, middle of last year when my eldest son came home and had his wedding do, and he let his mates DJ. So once they'd got rid of all the Hammerfall, they actually played Barcelona,
nice.
and I didn't know what was going on. I'd never heard it outside my own head. It was
But you were a
absolutely.
happy camper hearing that, right?
I was a happy camper, and Benjamin's friend, Metal Mike, better Metal Mike, put it on, and just really, really topped off an excellent, excellent day from what I remember. So, yeah, what a great, great record. It's absolutely one of my favorite records of all time, and I'm not sick of it yet. And I listen to it a lot. I think, oh, what can I listen to? Well, I've had a shit day. I've got to walk the dogs. It's peeing down.
Let's pull that one out. Yeah, I considered it for number one or number two. I kind of had to put the two Aromantic albums together though, and I was kind of like,
Yeah.
mm,
Well, I did as well, didn't I? So
yeah, yeah.
just
So
I don't know. Talk us through it.
my number one is Aromantic, 2020. Yeah, Servants in the Air. So good. They do amazing album openers. Great chorus, great keys and guitars, the whole thing. It's kind of proggy. I like it. Divinals, Earworm goes in here, and it's like, yeah, I'm gonna stay in here for quite a long time. So much fun, so catchy. If tonight is our only chance. Again, picture female vocals. That's an ABBA song. It's just so good. It's so memorable. This Boy's Last Summer. What a chorus. Curves. Killer. How about Transmissions? Ah, I love it. The chorus is pure disco, but I don't care, man. It's just so good. I love Aromantic, the title track. It's solid gold to me. This album is just full of these just unforgettable songs. Um, Golden Swans Down, great. Taurus is great. Carmencita 7. Again, that should be a hit. In any other time period, that's a hit right there. One killer chorus after another on here. Sister Mercurial, Dead of Winter, so good. That Uriah Heep. To me, on that song, I get like Uriah Heep circa Abominog. Like early 80s Uriah Heep. Um, yeah, so good. And this would be the last album with Richard Larson, who I think was a pretty important guy in the band from like a songwriting and arranging perspective. But you can really hear his influence on this album and the next one, or specifically on this one because he's not on the next one. But yeah, it's so good, so good. Aromantic, my number one. But like I said, I could change this. By the end of the year, I may be saying, well, yeah, the new one has made it to number one, or I could go back to my number three. They're all really great. I'm just glad we got this ranking out of the way now because now I don't have to worry about where any of them sits in any order. Can just enjoy them as I want to enjoy them, right? So,
Absolutely. And don't forget they've got quite a few standalone digital singles as well.
oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. And I think on some of the
Oh,
reissues, I don't
yeah.
know if any of the ones that I have, you get bonus tracks. I thought I had some on one of these, maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it's the first two. Yeah, I get September You're a Woman on the second album, and then Song for Ingeborg is on the my debut album reissue.
See,
Were
we've
those
got
singles
things
at the time? I don't know.
burnt for me, paper burnt. There's just there's lots of stuff out there, and there's stuff out there that's not on the albums. It's well worth uh, giving your ear to.
You
There's
have to wonder if at some point they'll put out like a I don't know, like a compilation of all the extra stuff, maybe somewhere down the road. That would be kind of nice.
possibly so. And you have to wonder whether or not one time they'll play it outside London or Bloodstock in the UK.
Yeah, I would love to see him here. I think they'd go down. storm over here in the States, but I know it's expensive and there's a lot of red tape to do. But I mean, if Soilwork can come over here, I mean, I haven't seen Soilwork here in a long time, but I've seen them live numerous times. So I actually got to hang out with Mr. Speed
You make
a long time ago. Probably like 2007, maybe
oh
2008. We're talking a long time ago. It's been a while. It's been a while, but yeah, I hung out with him in New York City and here in Poughkeepsie at the Chance because they played at the Chance. So, but
course they
of
did.
course they play the Chance. Everybody's played the Chance. It doesn't exist anymore, but everybody's played there. So, but yeah, very nice guy, as were the whole rest of the Soil Work group. And I got to see. I told the story on the channel on another show recently, but Soil Work. I don't remember the album. It's probably right around the same time period they were releasing a new record, and Nuclear Blast had a Soilwork listening party to hear the new album. They invited a bunch of like media people, and I got the invite, and they had it at CBGB's in New York City. So I actually got to hang out with the Soilwork guys at CBGB's, listening to the new album and hanging out with the guys. That was very cool as well. But that was my one and only time ever going to CBGB's, the famous New York punk club. But now it's no
Hmm.
longer. But I went there that one time. So
Well done, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it counts. So. Anyway, so that's our ranking show. Hopefully you guys watched yesterday's UK Connection show. When you're watching this, when we recorded this, we haven't done that show yet. But when you're watching this live, the show aired yesterday. See how that works? But if you haven't watched it, we talk about kind of like one and done bands where they only released one album, and we like those albums quite a bit. So in case you missed that, please tune in to yesterday's show and make sure you don't forget about the next UK Connection show. Which will we have a from the UK Connection before that? I can't keep up with. No? Okay. So it'll be after that. So, all right. So in just under 2 weeks, you'll have another UK Connection show. And as far as ranking the album shows go, you got one more today, folks. So in addition to the wonderful Night Flight Orchestra that we just gave you now, in just a few minutes, you're going to get Honeymoon Suite, starring myself, Grant Arthur, Rich Catino, and Chad Hutchinson. So that's coming up in just a few minutes. So don't touch that dial. We've got two great bands here today. What's coming up next week? I don't remember. I, I probably should, but I don't. So I'll announce it during the week. So anyway, any last words of wisdom, Simon, before we go?
I'm going to have to move my Night Flight Orchestra collection off the top of my one and done albums very shortly. So
Yes,
yeah,
mine are
I've, I've, I've,
I've got them
I've,
all right in front of me. Everything's right in front of me. So,
I've enjoyed spending even more time than I normally do with the Night Flight Orchestra.
yeah, yeah, I have liked this a lot. I've been listening to them here at the house, at the gym, in the car, and it's a great catalog. I knew we were doing. I think we got this a little quicker than I originally thought. Because when did the new album come out? What month was that? Was that February, March? I don't remember. Probably February, right? It was early. And I remember we were talking, and I'm like, yeah, I really love this album a lot. I'm going to go out and get whatever I can get. I remember a couple of them were kind of tough to get, but I have been immersed in this band for a couple of months now, and very happy I did that. So that's a wrap, everybody. Stay tuned for Honeymoon Suite. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell to get alert of all of our content as a post. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Rank these amazing albums as you like them down in the comments below if you are a fan. If you've never listened to them before and you're watching this and wondering, gee, I may need to listen to these guys, please do. And then come back and let us know what you thought of the albums you heard. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff for Simon Bray. I am Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go Night Flight Orchestra. See you soon for Honeymoon Suite. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.